Boston Bruins have made a massive move just moments ago at the time of recording this video, as they have placed Tyler Johnson on waivers for the purpose of contract termination. We're going to be talking about the whole process of how this came, Tyler Johnson not working out with the Bruins, and why the Bruins made this move, with quotes from David Pastrnak and Brad Marchand discussing how this team is moving in a new direction. We're going to be breaking all of this down here in this video. Before we get into it, though, we know that 70% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. We're on the road to 6K, and if we can hit that, that would be absolutely incredible. Your guys' support has been absolutely incredible. I do appreciate everybody watching this video. Without any further ado, let's get into this topic, because this is a big update, something that kind of really came out of nowhere. We were expecting the Bruins to make a move at some point, but we did not know that this was going to be the move. A lot of people were kind of thinking Tyler Johnson, maybe put him on waivers to send him down to the AHL, keep him around just in case he gets his feet back under him and still starts to play like the Tyler Johnson we originally thought was going to sign with the Boston Bruins. However, that was not the case. Ultimately, the Bruins put him on waivers for purpose of contract termination. As you see here from Chris Johnson, the Bruins have placed Tyler Johnson on conditional waivers to terminate his contract. He had 2 assists in 9 games for the Boston Bruins after signing in early November. Now, I'll say, I was a big advocate for signing Tyler Johnson. I really thought he would have worked out in a Bruins uniform, but of course, and what we're seeing now, of course, that didn't work out. There are opportunities like this that happen all the time in the NHL. You know, a player was really good elsewhere, coming into a new team next season, and really just not being up to the expectations, not living up to them. And Tyler Johnson was most certainly one of those examples. And I'm going to pull up what we've really seen from last year. Going from his 2 most recent years, I should say, in Chicago, really playing a solid game with a team that really struggled in the Chicago Blackhawks. Looking to put him on a Bruins team, we all thought that he would have worked out. We thought he would have really kept up that momentum, but he is playing a different role. He was playing with different teammates, and ultimately, I'm assuming the Bruins early on struggles also didn't help out with Tyler Johnson, even though he wasn't signed to the beginning of the season for the Boston Bruins. So ultimately, we see now Tyler Johnson going on, and the Bruins are going to have to make another move to bring someone up, or whether they want to continue with Mark McLaughlin on the third line. There are many opportunities the Bruins could choose to do, but this is a big indication that the Bruins are heading into a new direction. Tyler Johnson, in his 9 games, as you see there, the points, not too great, but really didn't work out overall. We wanted to see more speed. We wanted to see more action coming out of someone down there on the third line. Tyler Johnson did not really end up getting to do any of that, and that really dictates the Bruins moving in a new direction. And especially with what we've seen after the game against the Calgary Flames from David Pastrnak, from Brad Marchand, the quotes that they provided to outlets, media outlets, about the game and about the Bruins' direction and how they've been playing, really just provide a good example of what is going to change. Under Joe Sacco as well, we've already seen the beginning of that, and Joe Sacco now really is putting that into play. I'm assuming that he has some input on the decision to cut Tyler Johnson, because if he had liked Tyler Johnson's play, he would have kept him on the lineup. So he must have told Don Sweeney, this is time to move to a new direction, bring up maybe a guy that we'll be talking about here in a moment, in someone in the AHL, and you probably know who it is, has been playing absolutely incredible as of late. But we're going to pull up the first quote that we have here, this one from David Pastrnak, after the game against Calgary, where they did have a big comeback win. He said, "You play until the last whistle every single game. We obviously went through some hard times already during the season, so it's important to show that we can learn, and we're not going to give up, and we're going to fight." And these are what you want to hear from your leaders. And we know we've been pretty much keeping up with everything David Pastrnak, Brad Marchand have said over the season, a lot of which was, stuff you didn't really want to hear, but they were just telling the truth, especially with the direction the Bruins were going in. And now that we see this team turn around, 2 big wins after 2 brutal losses, this team seems like they're really taking that to heart, taking these wins and showing the league that they can make these wins good. They can make these wins a consistent thing heading into the next few games. And as we finish tonight's West Coast road trip against the Edmonton Oilers, we move to a lot of games that we should win. 2 against the Capitals, who are at the top of the league, and those games could really be a big tell about what the Bruins are trying to do in the coming games. But we do have another quote here from Brad Marchand as well. It says, "A period is a long time in this league, and confidence is a belief and is dangerous. If you have that, then you can make it happen. It felt like we still had a ton of confidence that we had the ability to come back." And of course, this was once again from the Calgary Flames game, where they did make a big comeback win. But the fact that we're seeing Brad Marchand say this, and this don't just apply to that one game against the Calgary Flames. He says having confidence and belief is dangerous, and this team needs to have that. We've seen this team have many, many ups and downs over the past few seasons, a lot of ups, and now we're in that big section of a down where this team still believes that they are in the situation that they can come back. They can make this season one that fans are going to remember for a long time. And if we do see games like the last two that we've seen against the Vancouver Canucks and against the Calgary Flames, and hopefully tonight against the Edmonton Oilers, to keep this going like this will be something that Bruins fans will remember for the rest of the season if we can turn this around and really continue on what the path of Joe Sacco's plan has been. And as I mentioned, the new direction is going to be a big change for the Boston Bruins. Although it may not be too many specific roster changes, they've seen some evolutions of some players in the AHL who have really earned their spot back in the NHL. And yes, I did say back. I'm covering David Pastrnak once again. We spoke about him in a few videos ago, how good he's been, but we have some more further updates from him in the AHL, and he's been absolutely tearing it up. You look at these stats here. I will pull them on the bigger screen because this deserves to be put on a billboard. Looking at the last 7 games, from Matt Poitras, we're looking at him. A goal in the last 7 games. No, not a broken streak, the last 7 games. And I did highlight as well the one before that he had that goal, a 2-assist game. A goal and assist, a goal and assist, a goal and assist, and a goal. 7 games in a row in the AHL, Matt Poitras has kept on putting up an insane point total, an insane game. You know, it's not even just like these games are bad that he's playing or it's a lucky bounce or whatnot. Every game he's been playing, he's been looking fantastic. And I do think that this move for Tyler Johnson to play some unconditional waivers of the purpose of contract termination is to bring Matt Poitras back up. And of course, Mark McLaughlin's still in the NHL. We can still rock him up there if we want to for the time being, but David Pastrnak's tenure in the AHL has to be running out soon because these point totals cannot be wasted in the AHL. Of course, we want to see our Providence Bruins do good as well, but looking at Matt Poitras, looking at how these points totals and the games he's been playing in the AHL can help him and can help this team in the NHL, this will translate to an absolutely perfect, and I mean perfect, scenario for the Boston Bruins. So what do you think? Do you think we're going to see a move, maybe, perhaps, and for Matt Poitras, bring him back up, put him somewhere in the NHL roster? I do have the lines here as well that I wanted to kind of pull up and look at what we're looking for. We can obviously not put him on the 4th line, maybe not the 3rd, but the 2nd is really a spot that I'm eyeing Matt Poitras for, especially if he's keeping his continuous point total up in the AHL. If you translate that to the NHL game, this could be a major move that will help the Bruins out a lot, and I mean a lot, for their upcoming games. And I wouldn't say he's not going to be called tonight, of course, because the game is tonight. He's still with the team in Providence, but this could be a big move ahead of returning back to their Eastern Conference matchups that they have coming up, especially ones that they want to win. A few against Columbus, a few against Washington, one against the Rangers. I can't totally recall everybody else, but those are some games that you want to win. Those are some games that you should win. And to bring up that extra bit of security, Matt Poitras is going to be that guy to help this team out. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think about Tyler Johnson? Do you think this is a corresponding move to get Matt Poitras back up into the NHL? What do you think? It's a very big update that, you know, a lot of people kind of expected, but not at this kind of immediate response, I guess we could say. So let me know what you think. But that's all I got in this video. If you did enjoy it, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. But I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.